This is our last full day in Caniço. We've sort of fallen in a routine where we take a long walk in the morning, we stop somewhere for a lunch, have some pastries, and then we work in the afternoon where it's the morning in the US. Hey guys, we thought we would share some observations. Some of them are funny, some of them are kind of big, some of them are things that we've seen that may not be universally true but that we've observed. We stopped for lunch in Garajal. They served us beer in these freezing cold mugs, and there was ice floating in it, and we were so hot it was great. We've really enjoyed seeing families out together, so in the evenings families will go to the parks in the center of town, moms and dads with their kids, even up to like 12 or 14 I'm guessing. They're hanging out together, talking together. It's really nice. We just arrived at our hotel in Funchal for the rest of our stay. Off to the right here is a little sitting area with a balcony, coffee maker, and then back out to the main bedroom. Off to the left here is like an open closet and a safe. There's the bed, sitting room, and then the main balcony out here. Beautiful panoramic view of the water. One random thing is chicken is served a lot, and the funniest thing that I've seen chicken served in is an omelet. When we first arrived, every morning we would wake up and look at the weather. Sometimes it forecast rain, sometimes it was cloudy, sometimes it was a full day of sun. But the reality is usually very different than the weather forecast, so we have completely stopped looking at the weather. And in general, the weather here has been absolutely beautiful. Low in the high 60s, and the highest we've seen I think is 82, so just beautiful weather, and most of the time it's very sunny out. One thing that's been a little difficult for us to get used to is sunrise is at about 8 a.m. So it doesn't really start to get light until about 7:30, and sunset is at 8. Each evening when we walk through the center of town on our way to dinner, we've seen the same group of guys sitting around and talking in the square. That's also something that has been very nice to see for us. Eating out has been wonderfully inexpensive. I think our first night here was a good example. We had, Ken had some steak on a skewer, a local specialty called espetada, and I had the local fish, which was very good. We each had a glass of wine. I think we each had a side dish and an appetizer, and the bill came to 51 euro. The exchange rate is about $1.10 to €1. We've noticed that everyone walks a lot, and it's so hilly that you have to be in pretty good shape to walk around, even just in the little downtown areas. The first half of our trip was spent in a small city called Caniço. Even when we try to speak Portuguese to them, they immediately answer us in English. So English is spoken just about everywhere, and it's very easy to get around. I mean, it's even to the point that when I want to practice speaking Portuguese, they automatically respond in English. The streets here are super narrow. Like if someone's parked on the side of the road and a bus goes by, there's barely enough space to clear the mirrors on the car that's parked. And when you're walking along, if the there are cars parked on the sidewalk. You have to sort of take your life into your hands and step out into the road to walk around the car. We've bought a few bottles of wine since we've been here, and they've been very nice bottles of wine. Most of the ones we've picked up have been red from the Douro Valley. One was €3.39, and the other one that we had last night or the night before was €4.39. Very inexpensive and quite good. We made it all the way to Camara de Lobo. We've been to 2 shopping centers, and the one in the small town, there was no air conditioning, which was shocking to me and a little bit uncomfortable when we first got here. We've noticed while walking around Caniço and Funchal that a lot of people smoke cigarettes. It's kind of strange to see because I think smoking has been on a decline in the United States, but here there are a lot of people who still smoke. And it's okay to sit in the outside seating area of a restaurant and smoke. I thought that was also kind of strange. An observation that goes along with the streets being so narrow is that we've observed that cars are very small and that most of them are manual transmissions. So for those of you who don't know how to drive a stick, it would be very difficult to get around here with a manual transmission and all the hills. We mentioned in our first video that there were so many cafes and bakeries around. But what we've noticed since then too is that they're open early and pretty late, so it's a great place to just catch up with friends after dinner or in the afternoon, just have a cup of coffee and a little something sweet to eat.